Hey guys, Chris from Hockey Tutorial here, and today you join us at the HDC, or the Hockey Development Center in the Czech Republic, roughly 35 minutes away from Prague Airport. Now, at a glance, elite training facilities like this for hockey players can all look very similar. Synthetic ice, goals, skating treadmills, unreal training aids for us to develop with. So what makes this place unique? I think the best way to think about that is to think about things that we use every day. Phones, computers, maybe even cars. Having the best components and hardware doesn't always result in having the best product. It's a mix of having the right hardware and components and also the right software. That's the way I like to think about this place. It's not just the Unreal training products that are here, but it's the system that the guys here at HDC have created from the ground up to allow players to develop. Now, how does this entire system work? The first thing that happens when you arrive at this facility is that they test your health. Health is a major primary focus for the guys over here to make sure that you are able and safe to be able to compete and play hockey before any physical activity takes place. From there, they check your physical capability to see if you are hockey ready. That involves them looking at your general strength, flexibility, agility. And lastly is going to be them looking at your hockey ability. What that allows them to do is create a custom program specific to your needs and the areas of the game that you are weak at and need to develop at. This isn't the type of facility that you come in and it's one training program fits all. Everything is bespoke, everything is custom for a player's individual needs.
I'm Peter Rifalushi. And I'm the skate mill coach and also the diagnostic coach, and I'm teaching the kids how to be better skaters and also how to perform better on the off ice. So when you come to first our center, we'll make first diagnostics, so we will test you on condition skills. So first test we are doing is stability on right and left leg. These are most important things to learn you how to proper skate. Then we are moving on towards jumping. We are using jump without counter movement, so we can see how we are using muscles by its own without using like the elastic energy. Then you will do the same kind of exercise but with counter movement, and you are using, you're supposed to use the elastic energy, so you will produce more power. Then we are looking towards like frequency, so how's your speed and how can you use your speed, and we are doing a test named tapping, and that's all about to do as many taps on board for 6 seconds. These tests are used for players that are under 15 years old. If you are older than 15 years old, we are also doing the test when you are squatting with the barbell and bench pressing with the barbell, and we are measuring how much watts you are producing on 1 kilo of your whole body. So we can measure it out. What is your best ideal weight to like improve you in dynamic power? We are not using the bench press and the squat test is under 15 years old because they are too young and they are growing, so their muscles are not prepared for this kind of test. After we are done with all the testings, we get results, and on those results we can see in which stuff, like in frequency or explosives or in stability thing, you are good or bad, and we can see on the results that we are improving exactly the thing that you need. We are using the software called B-Sport, and we are using to test those or to do the diagnostics on the off ice. And the last thing is that these tests are not specified only for hockey players. If you came here and you are figure skater or tennis player, we can adjust those tests to your sport. Our Our HDC center in Czech Republic consists of 2 shooting zones and 2 skating zones. The shooting zone is separated in 2 zones, and the skating zone is as well separated in 2 zones with 2 skating treadmills. Why we choose the synthetic ice? Because this is close, it's all near towards ice. It's only the same, but also the plastic is harder and it's breaking you down, so it's harder for you to move on it and skate on it, so we are building the muscles. And as I'm saying, the synthetic ice will not be different, but the ice will be different. Also, we have all kind of stuff like nets, obstacles that you can move through, you can move around here, you can like perform fakes, you can perform shooting, you can perform passing, you can perform everything you can imagine. In our synthetic rink, we have 2 skating treadmills, so you can perform skating technique or skating on it. So the skate mill can run up to 35 kilometers per hour. It can be inclined up and decline down. It can be inclined up to 3 degrees and decline down towards -6 degrees. And also it can run in reverse mode. On skating treadmills, we are performing the better skating techniques. We are learning clients how to better skate. Also, we can record the data from them, and as well as the diagnostic corner, we can make the analysis of the skating, and we can see the good stuff and the weaknesses, and we can like improve the client the most. So we know where the weak points are, and we will work on them. In skating zone, we can be using 2 cameras, so we can capture like the video of you, how you are skating and how you are doing well or bad on the skate mill. Also, we are using the software called Fusion Subpacket, and the Fusion Subpacket including the live delay, so those 2 cameras can capture you, and we can put the video on the monitors, and you can see yourself how you are skating with 30 seconds or more delay. Another thing, we have timer, so if you are good at skating, you can perform time training, so you're skating 16 seconds, then 16 seconds rest. Again, more towards condition, not about the technique. Then we have peripheral navigation, so you are skating, so you are moving with your hands, and you need to focus on monitors, so you can see the numbers, and you will like speak the numbers. So you are not focused on your skating, but more focused towards all factors around you. As you are a player on hockey, you need to focus where your players are, where the puck is, where the goalie stands, and where you need to shoot. The most common, like the bad habit that is happening on the skate mill is that the clients or the players can't stand on single leg. That's the most important key factor to be a good skater, to stabilize position on single leg. And everything what we do in HDC is connected with everything. So when you, for the first time, when you run the diagnostic on the off ice, and we see the bad results on stability on single leg, we cannot expect that the player or the client won't be good at the skating. When we are performing off-ice trainings and we can see that the client can't stand on a single leg, imagine your foot had some kind of flat surface, and then you put on a skate and you will like change the flat surface of the foot to your edge. It's 100 times less than the foot. So if you can't stand on single leg on the off-ice, I can expect that you couldn't stand on the skate in proper way, and you cannot skate how you should do. So in our facility, we can analyze the client. As we see there is some kind of problem with the stability, we have a lot of exercises that we can like improve the stability. First we will work on the off-ice, and then we will move on the skate mill. So if we know that he's improving on the off-ice, we know he will be improving on the skate mill.
So my experience with the skating treadmill at the HDC Development Center has been pretty intense. I've been on skating treadmills before, you've seen us use them at various other training centers that we've been to, but over at this facility they do things a little bit differently. One of the elements that I'd never practiced was putting my feet into almost like an inverted or a V shape and trying to hold that position to essentially teach me how to stand more on my neutral edges rather than using bad habits and leaning on my inside edges when I'm just striding. The little tiny minute adjustments that you make to the angle of your feet or your skates, if it's neutral edge, inside edge or outside edge, when you're on a treadmill is maximized, especially when you're trying to go backwards. Any tiny adjustment results in a crazy movement, and if you're able to see that on the treadmill, which is exaggerated on treadmill, imagine the effect that it has on the ice that you may not notice. So working with these guys to find those little bad habits that we have, trying to correct them, I can't explain how beneficial it is. Even having 20 minutes on the treadmill and then skating on their synthetic over here, you can feel the difference. You feel that you're using the right muscles just off of one session and learning how to position your body. Obviously this is something that needs to be repeated a lot so it stays in your head and becomes the new default, but so far I'm learning things that I had no idea about. I thought that I was a pretty decent skater, but coming here and seeing all the bad habits that I have and the way that I can improve my skating is unreal, and it just goes to show that I really don't know anything and there is still so much more that I can learn to be able to develop my skating and become more confident on the ice. But I am stunned at how important it is to make sure that you're using your neutral edges while you're gliding. The amount of effort you have to put into your strides if you're leaning on your inside edges, even a tiny bit, is tenfold versus being sat on my neutral edges. When you're on your neutral edges and you're gliding, it's effortless. You literally have to put no effort into your striding, into going forward. And that's what they're trying to teach us over here. The correct way to skate on the ice, the correct way to glide so you can maximize on your control, your speed, and also being as efficient as you can be with your energy on the ice.